Welcome to Northwest Bruin Football Show. I'm Josh Robinson, the head football coach, and this is Chad Fisher, the offensive coordinator. This past week we took on North Murray for the first time ever. The schools met on a Friday night. We've only played a couple of times in sub-varsity football, so it was a unique night and an interesting night, something that I believe both communities look forward to, with it being North Murray's very first football game. It was definitely a challenge for both teams in different directions. The Northwest Bruins were playing their third game while North Murray was playing their first, and the experience definitely played in our favor, whereas the lack of knowledge of what they were going to do was playing in North Murray's favor. So it was an interesting night, and overall we came out on top with the Bruins 20-10. Offensively, we had a good night, Coach Fisher.
Yeah, I thought we did some good things. We started off sluggish. We hit a big touchdown early on, and then we kind of struggled at times. North Murray did a really good job of slowing us down and changing the tempo of the game a little bit. But overall, when you walk away with the win, that's the most important thing. But the kids did a really good job of managing the game plan and doing what we talked about, of just grind it out, and win it late in the game. And really proud of our effort and the way the kids played.
I believe we won the first, third, and fourth quarters. They controlled the second quarter, where you're talking about, and kind of did something different than what we've really seen all year from other teams, and it caused us a little bit of trouble, but our kids adjusted well. On the night, Owen Brooker was 15 for 23 for 271 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah,
Owen's did a really good job. He's getting better each week. He's having to learn a lot of stuff. He's got a lot of stuff put on his plate this year, and it's a day-by-day process of getting better. He still has a few hiccups like anybody else would, and just he keeps managing the game and doing what we ask of him.
Our running game was fairly effective, but especially effective late in the game. It started early. We did well. They changed what they were doing, where they were man coverage and just bringing the house after us, and it kind of slowed us down. First time our kids had really seen that in a live action scenario. So it slowed us down a little bit, but overall in the end we ended up with good yards on the ground, kept the ball about 6.5 minutes, I believe, to end the game and not let them have the game back. Chase Gentry unfortunately got hurt. He had 2 carries for 14 yards. Damian Serrett had a couple of carries for several yards, but Adrian Reyes had the biggest night with 16 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, all 3 of them did a really good job. And that's what we've been preaching each week, is let's control the game and let's win the game in the second half and be able to run the football and establish the run. And we did enough running of having success to manage the clock and to control the situation late in the game, like we've been preaching all week.
We had a couple of receivers come in with a big night. First is Ray Morrison with 3 catches for 128 yards, 1 touchdown, and then they had the 99-yard, which I haven't technically checked the book, but I've got to imagine you can't get longer than that.
No,
so
I think it's about
it at least tied a school record for sure.
Absolutely.
So good night for Ray.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And Ray's a young man who has had some struggles early on in his career, and he's starting to figure it out and has done a really good job of playing, of working hard, and really proud of what Ray has accomplished so far, looking for bigger and better things throughout the rest of the season.
Matthew Redmond comes in with another big night, 8 catches for 115 yards, a touchdown, including a 33-yarder. And Matthew played basically every play in the game except for 5 or 6.
Something like that.
On special teams where we were able to grab him out. Played every defensive play except for one, I believe, and I was angry he didn't play that play. So overall, a good night for him. He had a few drops early, came back, and did an outstanding job for us. We're going to be able to use him as a primary target, of course, but we're also going to be able to use the attention he draws to help other people get open.
Yeah, absolutely. And he had a few drops, like you said early on, and that's very uncommon of Matthew. Having to play as much as he did Friday night had maybe had a little bit to do with it. But Matthew's a gamer. He practices hard, plays hard, and does a really good job for us and competes. And had a really good night for us.
Overall, we had a couple other receivers with a catch. Preston Neely was the biggest one with 2 catches for 23 yards, and I believe Braden Morrison also had a catch.
Yes, Braden had one. Preston had 2 big catches, one on that last drive where we knew they were going to come with the blitz. We was able to dump it to him over the middle on a hot route. Really proud of the way Preston has been playing after the Week 1 game. And has really done a really good job. So all those guys really did a great job. Did a great job blocking downfield also.
Our offensive line had a good night, adjusted to the things that they were seeing, and did a better job as the game went on. At this time, let's take a look at the first half highlights. Here we are on the opening kickoff. We made the decision with so many skilled guys we were going to try to kick it high and not give them a chance for a big return. They start out on the play action jet sweep. We almost recover the fumble there as they're trying to throw the ball down the field. Here they are again. Matthew Redmond and I believe Jordan McCamish, Damon Banta all in on the tackle. Our inside backers, Jaden Santiago and Jax Brooker as well. Here we finally get to return a punt. We hadn't had many opportunities this year because of where they punted from.
Yeah, here's a nice opening play where we dump it off to Matthew on a sprint out, get outside. Nice job. Like to see him get a little bit farther if we can. That's a big gain. Nice little handoff to Chase. Good little run right here. Chase has got to keep working on getting his legs up a little bit when he gets into traffic. Nice run here. Break it outside. We talked about it, just staying outside and maybe give him a little better chance right there to get more of a positive gain. A nice little throw and catch to Ray. Nice block by Matthew. A way to pick up the first down.
We come back on defense here. They're running the option. Good job of our guys going where they're supposed to and making them pitch the ball. We've got, I believe, Jake Fawcett in there and Jackson go a little faster and push that pile back, and he does. And they end up punting all the way down to our 1 yard line.
Yeah, here's our throw and catch. Nice job reading. We had called it right before the play that with us go deep. They had 99 yards to cover, which the advantage was for us. Nice throw and catch by Owen and Ray right there. That was a beautiful play.
Very exciting. Again, school record. At least tying. I haven't looked to see if it's the lead, but we ended up, I believe, I had known the extra point to make it 7-0. Here they snap the ball and it goes deep, and our whole defense bottles them in. That young man's very athletic. They ended up having a pretty decent gain on second down, but ended up getting a good kickoff, a punt that rolls down again deep in our territory the whole first half. That was part of the offense's trouble is the field position they were
we was
getting.
behind the chains a lot, so we run a little sprint out here, pick up the first down. Nice little give right here to Chase. This is a nice little run. This is probably his biggest one of the night. Going up there and getting first down and keeping the chains moving for us.
And I believe he got hurt on the very next play.
Yes.
Unfortunately for us, but we get a punt off and a really good tackle there by, I believe, Dominique Smith and Damian Serrett. Here we have our guys coming downhill and playing well. Could hit them in the line. Jordan's got to go hit that faster, not pop inside, especially against a really good athlete. But nonetheless, they're trying to throw, and there Matthew and Damon Banta on the coverage, and the young man ends up letting the ball go through his hands. They roll out on the punt again. I thought their kickers did a really good job. We got to get away from that ball a little bit quicker. You never know which way it's going to pop, but we ended up really not getting anything on offense. Kick it off to them, and it's a low-line drive, which is not good, especially against that kind of player. But our punt team, which is the majority of our defense, gets down and does a good job. They have play action on the jet sweep. We have the jet covered, get behind us just a hair there, but Jacob Dockery catches up with his hands up, and the ball hits him. There our guys are going in, and our inside backers are making a good tackle, but they end up scoring to tie the game at 7. Coming back on punt. Too many highlights here of the punt teams and such, Coach.
Yeah, you see we struggled a little bit there in the first and
but
second
Avery
quarter
Perkins does a senior for us, does a great job on special teams, ends up recovering the punt, and now we've flipped the field position a little bit, and unfortunately Matthew Boone's probably his longest kick of the year and kicks it all the way to the end zone. Great job by our inside guys stopping the run. Here they're running the option again. We got our inside backers, I'm not sure which two it is, in on the tackle, and they end up picking up a couple of yards. Then on first down they come back, they're trying to run the screen, and Damon Banta has it sniffed out and does a wonderful job. There we had been blitzing a lot, so they were hoping they would catch us in a blitz. They got another first down, moving the ball a little bit here. Dayton Cowart and Jordan McCamish and Harrison Kiker, big hit. Dockery's got to not stop his feet right there, but still pretty good coverage. Ball bounces off the turf. They're laying on our left defensive end there, but Yahir Zapata, again our kicker, but a state championship soccer player, comes in and does an outstanding job for us. And there they're running the post. We got pressure and made him overthrow the ball. They hit a field goal right at the end of the half to go in at up North Murray 10 and Northwest Whitfield 7.
Jacob Hardin, I'm number 79. and I play offensive left tackle. I usually listen to like any rap, kind of like songs to get me hype, and just country sometimes. They play like a video for us with some music and all that, and just seeing all the players and everybody screaming and getting ready to play, it gets you in the mood. Pretty much just football, and I'm gonna do wrestling this year too. Probably back in freshman year, and I was like, I was super huge, like 314 pounds, and it was crazy. And just throughout the years changing, I got down, lost about 70-something pounds, and now I'm just working it back up in muscle, and it's just crazy to think about, and the coaches helping me with that is crazy. I'd go to Hawaii because I've been there before and it was a really nice place to be at. It's probably whenever I was playing defense and I got through the offensive line and I thought I did really good, and then this giant lineman came out of nowhere and just ran me over like it was nothing. I had a really big fear of trees, just like in case they were to fall over or something. I don't know why. It's just my family and coaches, everyone that was just there and helped support me.
My name is Javen Nicholson. I play D-line and I'm number 68. Any kind, pretty much. Just don't really have a favorite. Not really, just listen to music and pretty much it. When I got my first sack on JV, I have a pretty big forehead and they make fun of me for that, so. Probably Europe. Probably whenever I got trucked, probably. Like flat backed, probably, yeah. I had this shirt that had like a little tag on it that was like soft, and I used to sleep with that, so. I'm a pretty open person, so I mean like really nothing that's like really like that nobody knows, so. I want to thank my family and just Jesus Christ for letting me be able to do this.
Welcome back to the Northwest Bruin Football Show. I'm Josh Robinson. This is Chad Fisher. Our defense played well, minus the second quarter. I was really disappointed in some inabilities to make a few plays in that quarter, and we missed the option a couple of times with the quarterback and the dive back. But overall, when you're facing somebody and you really have no idea what they're doing, I thought our guys went out and played really well, starting with our D-line and a starting offensive lineman who has been playing both ways for us and been very productive in Dayton Cowart.
Yeah, no, Dayton played really well. I mean, he's obviously stepped his game up and has started to practice a little bit better and play a little bit better after week one. He ended up having 9 tackles, had a sack, had 3 tackles for loss, and had 4 or 5 quarterback pressures. So, I mean, it is a young man who is really starting to play well, starting to come into his own.
Well, you've talked about it with another individual. Dayton is maturing in his senior year, and he's just playing really good for us. on the season, especially having to play both
Yeah,
ways.
absolutely. Harrison Kiker's another guy who starts for us on offensive line and played several plays, close to 30 plays on defensive line. Ended up having 2 tackles. And Junior is another one who just came back and was really proud to see him get out there and did well for missing 2 weeks, 2 weeks practice more or less, and get back and playing.
Dawson Wheeler, also a sophomore for us, had 26 plays, 4 tackles. Aaron King and Hayden Maynard also had 2 tackles and was able to contribute to the Friday night win. So it was good to see those guys rotating in and getting a lot of plays. Our defensive line definitely played solid. Alex Starks is another offensive lineman that is coming over and playing both ways and had 17 plays and still picked up 5 tackles. So overall, it was a good night.
Yeah, absolutely. And anytime we played a very high-powered offense with North Murray. I thought our defense did a great job of containing the Tidwell and Petty kid, who were definitely dynamic players in this area. And so those guys really stepped up and did their job.
The Lunsford kid is also a very talented individual. So they really had three major targets to throw to and a couple other guys thrown in there. It was a big challenge, but I was proud of our guys. Our linebacking crew came in with a solid night, starting with Jordan McCain.
Yeah, Jordan had another fantastic night. Jordan's probably going to be disappointed because his tackles are down, but heck fire, he had 14 tackles, had one tackle for a loss and 3 quarterback pressures. So to me, that's a great night.
Yes, but Jordan would also tell you he didn't play his best half of football in the first half. He didn't play bad. He just didn't play the way Jordan McCamish typically does. So to see him come back was good. And then we had our sophomore, Jax Brooker.
Yeah, Jax had a really good night, had 9 tackles, had 2 tackles for loss, had 4 quarterback pressures, had a great play there in the fourth quarter on that big drive, had a really good stop at one point, and that was a fantastic play for the sophomore.
Our guys are playing hard over there, and we have other middle linebackers we're rotating, and they played well for us. Jake Fawcett's one of those guys who's had 16 tackles, a tackle for a loss, and a pressure.
Yeah, he really is starting to play well, starting to get it figured out. Damon Banta had 4 tackles, had 1 for a loss, and 1 pressure.
Damon has had more productive nights this season, but he's becoming a leader over there on that side of the ball, and he's doing things, and he was able to move in and out and cause them a lot of trouble.
Absolutely. Jaden Santiago was able to get 4 tackles in there, was in the mix, and had caused a lot of havoc. May not have been in a lot of tackles, but he did a lot of good things to put himself in position to help free up some other guys to make some plays.
And as his scrapes get better, he's going to get a few more tackles. But he's rotating in there. We have 3 main guys we use inside. And all of them are doing a solid job for us. Then we have our secondary coach.
Yeah, absolutely. Matthew Redmond, again, having to play so much the night the first time he's had to do that, had 7 tackles. Damian Sarrett ended up having 3 tackles. Another secondary guy that really did well was Dominique Smith, had 3 tackles, had 1 forced fumble.
Yes, and then Jacob Dockery had 3 tackles and forced pass breakups, and then our kicker, who's not just a kicker, Yahir Zapata, came in with a tackle and a huge pass breakup in the end zone, and Avery Perkins had a huge fumble recovery on a punt that hit them.
Yes.
So overall, our secondary played really well under a lot of pressure. Again, a lot of athletes on the field. They have a very solid quarterback who can throw the ball, who's only going to get better as he gets older, and our guys came in and did an outstanding job. At this time, let's take a look at the second half highlights. Started the second half off with Hudson Gray, a freshman for us, getting his first kickoff return. Good player, is going to do some good things for us in the future, but Matthew gets off after the last boomer. He gets off a very squibby type kick, but we get some pressure out of Dayton Cowart. Damian keeps backpedaling there. I believe he's got the ball, but still good coverage by Jacob Dockery. Here they're running the double option, and our Jake Fawcett does an outstanding job scraping, Damon Banta being disciplined. There you can see Jordan McCamish doing the things that we had asked him to do in the first half. He was a little slow on making them pitch the ball, and then I believe Dominique and Matthew on the tackle, another pressure by Dayton Cowart. We got to try to figure out a way and get that one, but a good job by Jax Brooker, and I believe a finish off tackle by Jake Fawcett there. Here we get our hands a little bit on the ball, and we've got to get away from that. But I guess he was tired of having bad field position, so he called
Hey,
it.
we got an offensive play now. So Adrian Reyes on the nice little trap play. Once we kind of figured out some things, the offensive staff really did. I think our offensive coaches really did a good job of figuring out what we needed to do and where we needed to attack once we were able to formation North Murray into what we wanted. So nice little throw to Preston, nice little run to Adrian. We were able to put them in the defense we wanted in the second half and move some of their players off to the side.
And we go up 13-10 and we never relinquish the lead here. Again, we were going to kick it shallow, but Yahir has the ability to kick it in the end zone. And with the wind, we felt like that was good. An outstanding job by Damon Banta. I believe he ended up taking on 3 young men from North Murray there. They're running the waggle. Good discipline by Jordan McCamish. Fawcett really needs to run through that. But he's there to contain it, but he needs to run through that, and he might get a sack, but still a good job nonetheless. That was a great break, a good job by Jacob Docker. He could have had that interception there. We got to stay outside on our pass rush contain, but still we finally gave our offense good field position again at our own 47 after the North Murray punt.
Nice little drive, nice little screen route right here. The goal now was we had the lead. Let's run some clock, move the ball, and flip the field and give North Murray a long field to travel.
We ended up not getting the first down, but Matthew ended up getting a perfect kickoff down in the sideline. It ended up on the 5, and young man returned it to the 6. Here we've got our defense again playing really well. Really played much better in the second half. Not that I thought we played bad in the first. It was just more discipline like we're used to. Again, we got a feel for what they were doing. There's a blitz by Jax Brooker who ends up hitting it for a big tackle for a loss, and they end up having to punt, rolling out here. And again, their kicker did an outstanding job as well. Again, we got to get away from that a little bit earlier, but our offense gets the ball on the 26-yard line.
Mm-hmm. Nice little throw and catch to Braden Morrison. I guess it's a big drive right here where we end up scoring again. Moving the ball, we flip to the fourth quarter. We hit a little dink route, getting them to bite in on the fast screen, so we're able to hit them on the wheel route right up the sideline. Nice little drive right here. This is a big touchdown throw to Matthew on the screen. Like I said, we were able to position certain players for North Murray where we wanted them in the second half, and it worked out to our advantage.
The official almost made the tackle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great hustle by Dayton Cowart getting down there and throwing the touchdown block, and then an incredible play by Matthew Redmond leaping out and hitting that pylon so it could be a touchdown. Here they're throwing the fast screen, and we have our sophomore Dominic Smith, who we want to make the tackle, but he set the edge and allowed the defense to rally to it. Again, the Tidwell boy is he's a really fine football player, and here you can see a big big tackle by Jordan McCamish. He ends up dropping the ball. The Tidwell boy caught a long pass there, and here we are with a big play to get them behind the chains, and they're throwing the ball in the end zone, and our guys are covering and doing a good job there. We ended up picking up a penalty, unfortunately. Jordan McCamish, I believe, with a big tackle right there. On 2nd and 2, they're trying to go to the end zone. Damon Banta with the pressure pulls him down. We almost have interception there. Really thought we should have on 4th down. Probably the biggest play for defense on the night. Jordan McCamish finds a way to fight off a block and tackle him, and we take the ball back, never to relinquish it again.
Great defensive stop. Here's a nice easy throw and catch. This was how we started off our last drive. And then one of the things we talked about, here's another throw to Ray, good block by Matthew. One of the things that we work on is being able to come out of our own red zone and get big first downs when we're trying to run get the game over with, and that was what we talked about before this series started. Was we need 3 first downs to win the game. Reyes with 2 back-to-back runs, so our offense really did a good job of grinding it out and doing what they're supposed to do, staying with the game plan all day. Another big run right here, and this is about to wrap it up. So we really did a good job at last 6 minutes. They never had a chance to touch the ball. This was the final run to go to our favorite formation and take a knee and run the victory set.
That's exactly right. I believe Fawcett needs to be on the line there.
Yes, he does need to be on the line.
But regardless, we snapped the ball twice in the game with Northwest 20 and North Murray 10.
I'm CJ, I'm number 67, and I play defensive end. I listen to all kinds of music. It just really does, it just depends on if I like it or not. I just like to listen to music and chill out before the game to try to get me focused. Whenever I was in elementary school, I played rec league and I scored a 80-yard kickoff return touchdown, I think. My big ears, that people like to pick on me because of my big ears. Germany, and because a bunch of my family's from there. Pants got pulled down, somewhat, a little bit. I used to be scared of the dark all the time. I am going to the Army, but I know people probably know that, so. My whole family, and football coaches, and my recruiting officer for the Army.
Welcome back to the Northwest Bruin Football Show. I'm Josh Robinson. Again, a very good weekend. Friday night for us at North Murray is the very first time the schools have ever played in school history. They're coming off an 11-win season and returned some really powerful skill guys and got a good transfer from another school and have some solid players anyway. I believe they're going to win a lot of football games in their region, but our guys executed a game plan about as well as you can against a team you haven't seen on film and that have good players as well. So, you know, it was definitely a good win for us. At the same time, we can't dwell in the past. It's always great to win, but you have to move on, win, lose, or draw the next week. Forget about what happened and go back. You're 0-0 starting on Monday. So that's definitely the approach we want our guys to take as we travel to Chattooga. Chattooga has one of the best running backs in Northwest Georgia, already multiple Division I offers early in his junior year. Will definitely be a college football player. So our work's going to be cut out for us there. They have a big quarterback with a strong arm who has thrown the ball well, and then they've got a freshman who comes in as one of the most talented receivers that we'll see this year. Not exceptionally big, but just really, really good. So the work will be cut out for us over in Summerville, and we have 2 weeks off after this Friday, so we hope everyone comes out, makes the trip over to Summerville to support our young men as they go into battle on a night that we're definitely looking forward to try to move on to 4-0 and improve on the year. And we're trying to improve in the region play. You know, I always want to win every game that we play. We told our guys this at the beginning of the year, and I would tell you this: if we were 0-3 or 3-0 or anywhere in between, is we're trying to improve and become a better football team when Central Carroll, which is our opening region game, rolls around in about 4 weeks now. So it's going to be a challenge for us. Come out and support the Bruins and do the things necessary to make our kids feel the love that they deserve. That includes the band and the cheerleaders and everyone else that's involved in Friday. We're so appreciative of the support that we've received up to this point and only look forward to the future. Until next week, I'm Josh Robinson for Northwest Whitfield Football.